Okay, in this video I'm going to explain to you how markets work. As such, I'm hoping this will be the most valuable video in this series. Most people don't actually know this. It's amazing really, because it's actually quite simple. Markets are really a measure of human psychology. What happens is you get a major low when you can often feel the fear. Newspapers full of doom and gloom, people are bailing out, doing it at the wrong time, and the market hits a bottom. Now, it's quite simple. There's nobody left to sell. Everybody who's going to sell has sold. The smarter operators, I'll explain how they function shortly, are the people who are still in there, holding on, or in fact buying at the lows. But the people who don't understand markets are basically giving into their emotions, and fear is a powerful emotion. We've been trained for thousands of years to run away from danger, and when the market's plunging, it feels exactly the same as, well, being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, because I don't know that for sure, but I imagine it's a pretty horrendous experience, and it can be horrendous when markets fall to that kind of level and you bail out, often just at the wrong moment. Now, the same thing happens at the top. People at the low, the smart money starts getting back in the market. As the market starts to go up, that exerts a pull on people, an emotional pull again, to get back in the market. So I mean, some people will never touch it again after having seen such a massive fall, as it were. But people will see other people making money, they want to get on board. As the thing gains momentum, the TV that specialise in markets, the financial papers, even the more common newspapers, will start talking about the market, how good it is, how people are making money out of it, all this kind of stuff. And it exerts a psychological pull which is strongest at the top. So it's quite easy to buy the top of the market for that reason, as it is quite easy to sell the bottom, because again the psychological pull is strongest at that point. So that's how the market works, and there are telltale signs when you're at tops and bottoms, but the key thing is the psychology. You've got to get away from your own emotions and look at this objectively. Now, when I say get away from them, you can't actually eliminate them, but you can deal with them. You can plan to use them to your advantage, not to your disadvantage. I mean, a new trader often can feel that pull much more strongly than an experienced trader, for example. So a new trader can actually feel that low because he's so frightened about it. I mean, he wouldn't tend to buy, but that's what he should do. Similarly, he can feel that the high, he has a very strong pull to buy, and it would be sensible he'd actually sell it at that point, based on this psychology. Right, so in 2009, stock markets around the world saw massive lows. So there were banks going bust, there was all sorts of bad news, it looked terrible. That was the time to buy, and I did buy at that time, in fact. Not as much as I should have done, but I did buy at that time. And we then went up and up. We're still, in fact, I think we're peaking almost as I speak. I think it's possible that we've already seen peaks on FTSE and the DAX, the German index. I think it's possible that peaks are either in or very nearly in the US on the Dow, the S&P. So I'm expecting that it's a time to sell at the moment. And that really covers my Markets 101 exercise. So the key thing is the emotion. Markets generate emotion, and you want to put yourself outside that loop, and that is the key to success. And I use something called the Elliott wave theory, which actually is very helpful in seeing when these peaks and troughs come in. There are other signs, like when the market is mentioned in a popular newspaper on the front page. That tends to be quite unusual, and it often is a signal that you're seeing some kind of bottom, some kind of peak. Anyway, I look forward to talking to you again in the next of the series, and I hope you find that one interesting, useful, and bye for now.